What's up, people? Matt here. So I'm a couple of days late. Well, I'm not really late doing this video, I just thought this would be the best time to do the video, not that there is a good time to do it. But news broke a couple of days ago that the CEO of Nintendo, Satoru Iwata, passed away at the age of 55, which isn't very old these days, to be honest. That's quite young. And it's hard because I'd love to sit here and tell people that it's heartbreaking, you know, it's crippling, but it's a different, I mean, I'm from a different age group, to be fair. So I'm only 20. So literally my first ever console was the PlayStation 1. So unfortunately, I was not there in the Nintendo Golden era of the NES and the SNES, and the Game Boy and the Game Boy Color. I wasn't there during that era, and I know Iwata wasn't really there either during that time. But I literally only really properly got into Nintendo stuff at the Wii period, which is when Iwata was still, I think he was president by that time. But after that, I got the Wii for I think it might have been my 12th birthday or 11th. And I remember the games I got The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, that was a pretty fun game. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, obviously the normal Wii Sports and all that. I didn't like the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess back then. I literally was like, what is this stuff? This isn't what I really wanted. I got rid of my Wii. Got an Xbox. And that was the end of my Nintendo, love for quite a while. Before then I had a Game Boy Tribal, which I had Pokemon on, which was pretty sweet. And I had DS Lite. But that was pretty much it for the Nintendo side of things. Eventually I got a GameCube with Smash Melee, Double Dash, all those sweet games, Zelda, Master Collection, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess again, and I fell in love with the Legend of Zelda series, and my love for Nintendo was sparked. And this was at 1918, so I was pretty old, you know, still, and I was past what you would think of as the typical Nintendo age. But it can happen at any time, as I am proof of that. And I now do love Nintendo for all the stuff they produce. I love Zelda, Mario games are alright. I just own a shit ton of Amiibo because I love a lot of the franchises they have. And it's weird how you think about it in that way. Now, as I said, I would love to sit here and tell you Iwata influenced my life very greatly. Sadly, I'm not particularly really able to say that because a lot of the games that he helped develop I never really played because it was before my time. Especially he was mainly developing stuff kind of during the NES and the SNES and even N64 and the GameCube before I got into Nintendo. But I do understand and appreciate how much he has contributed to the gaming industry as a whole, and it's very sad to hear it's sad to hear when anybody dies, but it's especially sad to hear that such an industry kind of he's one of the big industry people for gaming, and it's very sad to hear that he's gone. And I just hope that his fellow colleagues and workers can help keep his legacy going at Nintendo for as long as they're there, and I hope that they continue to honour his name through Nintendo. I'm sure that is what he would want, but it's just very sad news to hear about. And there are many games that I played from Nintendo that I'm sure I'm maybe not aware that he probably did help make them. Maybe I'm just not aware of it. and that's probably the case for quite a lot of games. So it's, I'm eternally grateful to the man, because obviously he is like one man who has contributed to millions of people's lives, and he will continue to do so even though he isn't with us anymore for many more years. And clearly, hopefully, his legacy will live on with Nintendo, as I said, and hopefully his role and his contributions to them and his ideas will keep going with them for as long as possible. I mean, I watched Pokemon when I was very, very young, like 4 or 5, and I had no idea it was a Nintendo back then. You don't think that. You just think, oh, this is cool. I like this show. No, that was Nintendo. It's crazy to think that. I used to love that show, proper, got into it. And it never crossed my mind who made it. I never thought, oh, this is Nintendo. You never think that when you're that young. But yeah, it's very sad to hear the news. You should be proud of all the achievements that you accomplished in your life and the amount of lives you changed. And things are never going to be the same again. But you'll always remain a legend in the gaming industry, and especially Nintendo as a company. So from everyone, thank you for what you've done.